everyone, Ruben here from PAS Professional Amazon Services, and happy Monday, happy Labor Day, especially for those who work today. And for this video, I wanted to show how effectively find an ad waste within the advertising console, not just to see, oh, just overview of these campaigns are performing bad and they're an ad waste, but a little bit more of a methodologic approach, the way I do it. And of course, a little bit of comments in the comments and feedback section, and let me know what you think about this method. Have you been using that? You already knew it, or you did not know it? If you find it useful, as you can see, this account has a pretty good advertising spend for a month, almost $35,000, $118,000 in revenue from the ads alone, and the 3.5 ROAS, which the brand owners would like to increase. And how to do that by finding an ad waste and what we can consider an ad waste. Before I do that as well, it's important to understand the, something that I may consider as an ad waste may not be an ad waste based on the brand owner, not account manager, because it depends on the strategy and what we're doing. Maybe there's a placement challenges, maybe there's a ranking challenges that you can consider. Also, it is important to mention that the ad waste can be considered also depending on the revenue. How much of that revenue that is an ad waste is impacting that this $117,000 in sale? Will you agree with that? I think. Because if the ad waste will be considered, 30, 40%, it's a much bigger damage compared. So there's like a much more needed to be done. But if it's not significant and it can help boost the ROAS, it's very important. And to start for this account, it did help. We identified it. It increased in almost one ROAS without much of an impact. So let's dive in. And for that, we're going to use the export from the console. And I'll switch up to the screen to talk about that right next. All right, and we're back. And this is the report, how it looks like. I'm sure you're all familiar with it. And the first thing we want to do is just verify a few things. We can see the spend. It's actually, let me remove all the filters here. Here you go. The spend is 34,000, so everything is matches, and we have the ROAS. And then one thing that I do right away, I go to the ROAS and I start removing everything, and then selecting the ones that are below sub one, or maybe even sub 1.5, and see how much it is contributing to overall revenue. And here you go. We can see that overall contribution as an ad spend is an 10,700, and the sales are going to be somewhere about that, even less. So this means almost 235 units, if not more, 300 units were just given away without any return for the owner. Nothing to add it in the bottom line. It just added $10,000, which is less than 10% in overall revenue that happened. So this is effectively what I would call an ad waste. And by simply cutting down this campaign, which is all it's going to do, lowering your $10,000, your ad revenue, it will boost your ROAS, and I'll show you that next, and also help with your bottom line almost immediately. And how it's going to boost your ROAS, and how to measure that, it's pretty simple. If I go back here now and I select everything, but only remove the ones that we've been operating sub 1.5, and then average it out, you will see the drastic improvement. If you can recall, the ROAS, the August was closed at 3.44. So, and I know I can do this by just choosing one, but whatever. And here you go. And once we do that, our ROAS average jumped to 4.9. 1.5 ROAS increased immediately with only loss of $10,000 in an overall revenue, which was not doing anything. So I don't want to call out anybody who manages this. You guys are doing a great job, but I would fix those. And some of them will argue, "Hey, why don't you to fix the lower ROAS one by optimizing?" It's an option. You can go ahead and do that. This is not a topic about that. This is how to identify that. I think this is a way effective. I would just shut this down, help with the ROAS, and then start building back up, rather than just continue with that ad waste. Again, let me know what you think about this method. Did you like it? Will you use it? Did you know it? I'm talking nonsense. I was Captain Obvious, whatever it is. We're happy to engage, and see you soon. Take care.